A big storm is brewing in the Southern Ocean. Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us. We're tracking a very large area of low pressure next week south of New Zealand. Now, the storm itself does not come up and over the country, not the centre anyway, but the outer edges do. And they could bring in heavy rain, likely to, along the west coast, and strong to gale force winds coming out of the west to northwest. So let's try and track what's going on. At the moment, a fair bit of high pressure actually. So more light winds, fairly dry weather, a few showers in the north, one or two in the south, but actually we're going into the weekend fairly dry. So Saturday is not a very interesting day for most places, and that looks like a whole lot of rain, but actually it's not. It's an afternoon downpour that will bubble up around the central North Island. Now there could be thunder in it as well, and it will drift somewhere around that central area. So really everyone in the darker blue area, that's the main risk. The outer edges, the light blue, that's where it might drift to. And there's a potential for an afternoon downpour in the upper North Island and also the upper South Island. And look, you can see the beginning of that nor'wester as we go into Saturday coming out of the subtropics. On Sunday, that spreads further up the country, which means Sunday's a warm day across the country, more of that warmer than average weather. And the rain comes into the western side with a small area of low pressure. Believe me, that is small compared to what is brewing down there in the Southern Ocean. So to Monday, and you can start to see that big system that is down there getting bigger, and the northwest winds out of Australia, also out of the subtropics, thanks to that system there. So very warm across the country, more downpours bubbling up here and there, and those winds a little blustery, nothing too major in there though. By Tuesday, that's when things do get a little more interesting. So that storm down here covers a huge area, and with high pressure off to the west and off to the northeast, we've got the squash zone going on. So be prepared for rain warnings on the west coast, wind warnings around the Southern Alps and the eastern side of the South Island, wind warnings possibly around the lower and eastern sides of the North Island. The North Island doesn't have a huge amount of rain, but there will be some rain coming in later on. And then we get to the middle of the week, and look at this huge system down here and all the spring-like winds that go with it. So we're in December, but spring's waking back up again. And look at the subtropical flows for the north. Otherwise, you're getting a westerly quarter wind. So it is a warm week, but a very windy one. Plenty of rain on the west coast. So be up to date with the latest Met Service warnings next week, because I think there'll be a few issued for that. And if you need rain in the east, I don't think you'll be getting very much, but you might get a little bit spilling over there. So an interesting map to leave you on. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the quieter weather and watch out for those downpours in the central North Island. We'll see you on Monday.